Hey, welcome to take two. We had a little sound issue. At first we thought it was your guys' fault for breathing so heavy in anticipation of winning this airplane, but it turns out it was actually on our end. So I'm just gonna have to yell into the camera at you and stay close to it. But take two of the 2020 Alaska Airmen Association raffle airplane update. As you can see, we've got the engine cowled up, and inside is all of the parts and pieces that make the airplane go really fast and rip off the ground. And I've gone through and done a thorough inspection. It's all ready to go for test running, and we will do a series of test runs, and then we'll take the cowling back off, take a look inside, make sure there's no leaks or anything weird going on before we actually fly it. It is missing a propeller, which is hopefully going on tomorrow, which is an amazing propeller. It's the Hartzell Voyager 86-inch 3-blade, so that thing should scream. And you probably noticed it looks a little bit different. Of course, the tail's up in the air, and the reason for that is because we had to jack the airplane up, and with the tail low, when you jack the wings up, you could slip off the jacks. So we level the tail up so you get a straight vertical lift. And the reason we jacked it is because we put the brand new shiny Landing Gear Works titanium main landing gear on. Huge weight saving, and they're super pretty. So we'll go take a look at those. Also, you'll notice the Alaskan bush wheels are on it. They're 29-inch heavy tread, which are the preferred for the Cessna 180 because they're a little heavier, so it gives it a little bit more stability. Also, we have the Cleveland wheels installed on those bush wheels, or I guess the bush wheels are installed on the Cleveland wheels. Also notice the brake caliper sitting there. That's a double puck heavy duty brake for maximum braking effectiveness. And a closer look at the landing gear, you will see they're nice and shiny. And they were pretty simple to install, but there was some milling work that needed to be done up inside the gear block. I had to actually shave some of the gear block off. Also nice shiny titanium wedges to tighten that gear assembly up so it's nice and solid. And the reason we had to do that milling is because, if you back up a little, the gear leg thickness, because it's titanium and not steel, has to be a little bit thicker. So in order to get it to fit in that gear block, you got to mill it down. Also down here at the bottom, there's this physics thing, I guess, with titanium where you can get heat embrittlement, I believe is what it's called, when you have dissimilar metals touching it. So all of the CAD plating on the bolts had to be removed, and then we had to put zinc chromate primer on there to prevent that dissimilar metal. So you can see that green stuff back in here. Anything that's touching titanium needs to get that coating. The axles also are titanium. And then you notice, the Cessna guys will notice there are no wedges in here. The wedges angle the wheel in and out and before and aft for alignment. So that's why we still have the jacks set up, so that tomorrow we're going to lift it back up, and we're going to put grease plates, which are essentially 2 sheets of aluminum with grease in between them, underneath the wheels so that they can slide into their natural position. And then we're going to check the alignment and figure out what shims we need to add into those. What else are we doing tomorrow? Probably kind of a final inspection, get the prop on, maybe pull paper off of the fancy new windows from Great Lakes Aeroplastics. So yeah, it's coming along nice, and once we have the interior all in, we'll slap the doors on. That takes like 30 seconds to do, so then it'll look complete. So stay tuned. If you didn't get your tickets, so sorry. It's your fault because you procrastinated. That's what you get. So if you do have your tickets, I hope you guys are getting excited. The drawing is still on schedule for May 3rd. I believe there's going to be some sort of an online kind of raffle drawing due to this nature of things in society right now. And we're actually meeting with the airmen tomorrow to figure out the details of that. So provided they give us permission to give you guys that information, we will. So stay tuned for that. We're like, what, within 2 weeks, right? Mm-hmm. It's exciting. Don't worry, I didn't buy a raffle ticket. It just wouldn't be right. But I do have a family member that bought raffle tickets, so that would be awkward. But fair, fair's fair, right? Anyway, Sarah says we got a question.
Any corrosion potential in gearbox with dissimilar metals?
Yes, and we did the same thing inside there. So once we milled that out, we coated it with zinc chromate, and then the main gear bolt that attaches up in there, that also got coated with zinc chromate. So the titanium's not touching anything other than zinc chromate. So that'll protect it.
Mm-hmm. And can we get a closer look at these again?
Sure. These are the Cleveland double puck brake calipers. So these go on the inside, and you slide these onto the torque plate, and then you bolt those guys on that way, and it grabs the brake disc on the inside. So awesome quality name. Everybody knows Cleveland, Parker Hannafin. They are the go-to folks for brakes, and they sponsored these, so we appreciate that, of course. Also, you guys probably all have seen that Alaskan Bush Wheels now has a sticker that you can get in whatever color you want to put on your tires to make them white-walled.
Do you know what colors they have?
I think they have quite a handful of them. I'm not sure right offhand how many different colors they have, but the idea is that you can match your paint scheme if you want. We went with white just because
it's classy.
Classy. If we went with blue, it'd probably be too dark to really see. If we went with yellow, it might be too bright. So kept it kind of simple.
We have a question. I think it might be a question. I'm not sure. It says use dummy bolts when adjusting the alignment so you don't mess up those nice bolts.
That's a very good point. That is something that we could have done, and that would have been a really good suggestion. We didn't. We have the nice new shiny ones in there, but we didn't torque them, so we didn't stress them with torque, so they're just on there a little bit tighter than finger tight.
So we haven't scratched Derek's plane yet?
No, I haven't scratched the plane at all. At least not that I'm telling.
Okay, well, I guess we could show the cowling again. It's kind of cool. Is it on?
Yeah, it's on there.
What are all those little hatches and stuff? Do they open?
They do. They're access hatches. Just put a couple clips and it opens up, and you can do a pre-flight inspection, check your oil, fill your oil. Actually, the oil fill is up on top. There's another little door. But this thing's tall. Check it out. I'm 6'1".
Okay, let me back up real quick.
That's the tail in there. It's gonna be a beast. Looking real bushy. I'm liking it.
And of course, the reason that we kept the little tires and little gear on for so long was
so that I could get in there and access it. Now it's step stool from here on out to get up there. And yesterday I was able to sit down and crawl underneath the instrument panel. But now we gotta hoist ourselves up in there.
you have a nice little step for that.
Just gotta use a second one down here. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll give you guys updates as we have them, and hope you're getting excited for the raffle. Can't wait to fly this thing, and can't wait to give it away. Actually, I can, but it is what it is. All right, we'll talk to you next time.